I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So once again, another dilemma for the Vikings, which should be something that should be a no-brainer. It should be no dilemma, dog. You hear me? Some moves, if you're able to make them, you should make them, dog, just cause. Because why would you pass the opportunity up? Huh? In this case, we're talking about Marshon Lattimore. Now, news, rumors, speculations is the Vikings could potentially offer a trade to the Saints. Saints being in a tough situation with their salary cap. They're like 80-something million dollars over the salary cap. So, wow. They're in a perfect situation as well to maneuver and try to make something shake. So the Vikings, people questioning, really asking the question, should they or should they not try to acquire Marshon Lattimore? Yeah, hell yeah. Like I say, that's a no-brainer, baby. A no-brainer, dog. Do you know what he does to your secondary? Yeah, your starting lineup may look totally different, but who cares? That's part of the process. Put the best man on the field. You hear me? Marshon Lattimore. Then you have Shaq Griffin, probably going to be a starting on the other side. Then whoever in the slot. You hear me? But Marshon Lattimore, he's still a solid elite cornerback, dog. You hear me? People acting like it's a big question whether the Vikings should bring him in. Why wouldn't they bring him in? Why wouldn't they bring him in? Huh? Ask yourself the question, why wouldn't they bring him in? What sense would it make not to? A shutdown corner? Yeah, he may have some injuries here and there, but a shutdown corner improves your cornerback room. A certified starter walking in, he got to prove it. But we know what's up with Marshon Lattimore. Who's beating him out? Byron Murphy not beating him out. Caleb Evans not beating him out. Mekhi Blackman not, you hear me? No one. He comes in, boom, elevation. You talk about playoff team, he puts you right there. Huh? Your defense is much better, dog. Your defense is much better. The trench is the only conundrum. That's the only worry, concern, huh? But you bring in a Marshon Lattimore, not just the swag, the confidence, the experience, but gameplay. Whoo, what? A cornerback in his prime, when he's healthy, he's one of the best. Huh? I mean, we know what Jettas did to him, but it was a battle. It was mano a mano. Jettas is Jettas. Jettas is Jettas, dog. The best in the league, you hear me? But Marshon Lattimore, the Vikings, I don't care what they got to give up. We're going to get into the article in a minute. I don't care what they got to give up. 5th round, 4th round, 3, 4, 5, I don't care. You bring him in, you don't 100% solve your cornerback issue, but wow, man, I say about 80%. 80%, especially if Dwight McLaughlin pans out. Woo, even better. Mekhi Blackman has a breakout season. Caleb Evans can finally cover somebody, cover some damn body here. Oh, man. And we can't forget, dog. Rest in peace, Kyrie Jackson, man, heavy. You know, every time you speak of or talk about the cornerback room for the Vikings, cornerbacks in general, dog, it's going to be tough not to think of him, dog. Heavy, you hear me? Rest in peace, Kyrie, man, heavy, dog. But Marshon Lattimore, you bring him in with no question. He does everything, dog. He tackles, he covers, he can play zone. He's a true vet experienced player, dog. Better than everybody on your roster at the cornerback position right now. Right now, homie. Heavy. Who want to debate it? Who want to go back and forth with it? Let's be real with it. And this is so funny right here because the moves they should make is so many questions, so many whys, ifs. But the moves they shouldn't make, they do them quickly and swiftly. They make them. Fans love it. Fans love it, dog. You hear me? But we got a certified corner here. One of the Vikings' biggest weak points, and people questioning whether or not they should sign the man or try to trade for the man. I don't care if you give up a 3, 4, 5. Get it out of here. You made up for your debt. Period, dog. Anyone who says the Marshon Lattimore doesn't make the Vikings defense elite right as soon as he's in the building, dog, is delusional, dog. It's capping and yapping. Capping and yapping. You hear me? Now, I know the Vikings only got a certain amount to play with. What they got left, about 26, 28 mil. somewhere in that wiggle room. You hear me? So they got a little wiggle room to move around, maneuver. But use it wisely. Use it wisely, dog. I don't care about giving up 3 draft or 3, 4, 5 round for Lattimore. I'm taking it all day. I'm taking it all day. You hear me? Heavy, dog. Then we start getting into second round. Nah, that's too much. Let's not get carried away. But Lattimore, Marshon Lattimore, boom, starting lineup. Shaq Griffin, Marcus Lattimore, questionable on the inside. Could be Mekhi Blackman, could be Byron Murphy. I give Mekhi Blackman a slight edge over him. Caleb Evans, get in where you fit in. Get in where you fit in, homie. You hear me? If you don't fit in, you don't get in. Heavy, you hear me? Is it about winning or being average or making guys feel comfortable? Oh, ain't you tired of guys feeling comfortable? Put pressure on these boys, man. Heavy, man. And what cornerback to do it, huh? Bringing a dude in the building ready to play? Day one starter? Huh? Man sharpen man, iron sharpen iron, dog. Period, bottom line, point blank. Care what nobody talking about, man. Oh, should they do it? I'd rather see some of the younger players get some, see what they can do. What? You see what they can do, dog? Andrew Booth, nothing. Huh? Caleb Evans, Corsten. Huh? Who else? Period, dog. The White McLaughlin, probably a baller. We got to see. You hear me? And you Corsten and bringing it, man? I'm sure Brian Flores loves it. I'm sure Brian Flores will love it, dog. Heavy, dog. Shouldn't even be no debating, dog. What the problem is. Huh? What the commotion about? You hear? This man is an elite corner in the NFL, and you Corsten and bringing it, man? Cap, bro. Let's get to the article. Give me a second. Fire them comments up, bro. Fire them comments up. How you feel? How you really feel, heavy, man? We're going to watch some film, too. You hear me? This is ridiculous, dog. People even asking the question. What are you asking? What's the question, really, huh? Grading a Vikings Saints trade to give Marshon Lattimore a new home. Trading for New Orleans Saints defensive back Marshon Lattimore could be in the words for a team, could be in the work.
We just get hustled.
Minnesota.
No way they were 70.
Shut up.
Interesting.
Shut up. Get off the screen. Shut up, please. Get out of here. Period. Out of here, bro. Trading for New Orleans Saints defensive back Marshon Lattimore could be in the works for a team like the Minnesota Vikings, trying to go from good to great. What would it take to get him? And that's kind of a great point, huh? I already like the way, the direction this article is going. Who is this? John Bueller? Let's see what you know, John Bueller, huh? But I like the direction he's going in, because the Vikings definitely will go from good defense to great defense. I'm going to just speak on that defensive side of the ball, because the offense, we don't know. It's still up in the air, dog. It's a lot of factors that have to happen, and we got to wait and see how it pans out. You hear me? But the defense, definitely, it might already be close to a great defense. You know, now I talk about the trenches. I say how the Vikings are lacking in the trenches. But at the end of the day, if we're being technically real, it is new faces in the building. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, it is new faces in the building, new players. It's rookies coming into their second year, you know, really getting acquainted to the system, to the game. So it could be some breakouts. Some players who have solid seasons, dog. But do I believe in the trenches right now? No, dog. But you got to wait and see. But you talk about good to great, great to elite, whatever, the best. Oh, Marshon Lattimore does just that, dog. Period. One position, one player can change your whole entire defense, can change the whole trajectory of your season. Now, I said the Vikings should make the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying playoff run, but with this roster, like I say, video coming later, but with this playoff team, they must make the playoffs. First round, probably done. I wouldn't be shocked. I would be cool with that. You hear me? Of course, not cool as you want them to win the whole thing every year, of course. As a fan, you know what you want to see. But at the end of the day, dog, Playoffs, I'm cool with it, bro. You showing progress. You showing progress. You hear me? Win a couple games, that's even better. But Marshon Lattimore definitely takes your team to a whole different level, dog. The New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings are two NFC teams going in opposite directions ahead of this season. While the Vikings have officially hit the reset button by moving on from Kirk Cousins in favor of J.J. McCarthy, at some point, the Saints are doing what they do best by kicking the can down the road. So the Saints ready to rebuild, even though they may not want to get rid of Lattimore. They will ask themselves, even with Marshon, do we have a chance for the playoffs? Can we make a real push, a real run? Why don't we make a trade, free up some cap space since we're millions over the cap? So, yeah, some teams are put in a tough spot, dog. Even if they would like to retain the player, sometimes they got to let him go. It ain't no choice, dog. It ain't no choice. You hear me? That's why I say business. Never forget the business part of the NFL, dog. It's not like baseball. No salary cap. You hear me? No, why is that? No, why is that? Oh, I'll get into it later. Kind of fishy though, huh? Heavy. Unfortunately, this team is going nowhere and is running out of precious asphalt. Facts. Exactly. My point exactly. What I just said, homie. They have no chance of making a playoff run, winning a Super Bowl. They're in salary cap hell. Why not make some maneuvers? You know? What it's about. Sometimes you got to sacrifice some players, get them out of there, dog. Rebuild, regroup. Heavy. It is why Saints general manager Mickey Loomis said everyone is on the table when it comes to a trade. Woo! So that's telling you right there, the GM has stepped in and said, hey, we got to free up some money. We got to let go of some of these guys. We are in a rebuild mode. Period, dog. Rebuild mode. And the Saints have been in that mode for a long time now. So I'm sure they're tired of it. Mickey Loomis probably like, yeah, man. Yeah, we ain't winning nothing. It's time to let some players go. So, oh, yes, it could definitely happen. We might actually have to believe him. Facts. Without question, the player that could net the Saints the most return is star cornerback Marshon Lattimore. Gives them more guapino. Definitely gives them more guapino. The 28-year-old defensive back is entering year 3 of a 5-year deal with the Saints worth $97.603 million, averaging $19.5 million annually. He getting that guapino. Huh? Here is a trade that Ron Fowler of Bleach Report proposed to Vikings to acquire Lattimore. Let's see what Fowler talking about. So the Minnesota Vikings received Marshon Lattimore. They give up 2025 5th round pick, 2026 6th round pick. I would love that. I would love that. Would the Saints even accept that, dog? But you never know. The ball is kind of in the Vikings court, homie, because the Saints are the one who need it, you know. The Saints are the organization that's reeling. They're in a desperate situation, a desperate spot, dog. And we see what people do in desperate situations, not only talking football side of it, right? But in the real world, in life every day, dog. You know, ain't no telling what somebody would do in a desperate situation, huh? Heavy, dog. Depending on the kind of person, human they are as well. Woo, heavy. So the Saints, will they give in? Are they like, just do it, man? Straight red mode. It's time to give up all these picks. It's time to trade players, no matter how good they are. You never know, dog. Are they in that mode, homie? So that's kind of light to me as well. That trade is really nothing, dog. That trade is really a light trade. Benefit, win to the Vikings early, heavy, easy work. I don't think the Saints will go for it, but we'll see. There is no other way to say it other than the compensation coming the Saints' way is nowhere near enough to merit sending him to Minneapolis. Facts. A 5th round pick in 25 and a 6th round pick in 26 comes up nearly 12 million shy of being a fair deal. Sometimes you can't get the fair deal. You hear me? They're not in the position to make a fair deal right now, dog. Like we know they're in salary cap hell. This is because the Vikings would not be trading This is because the Vikings would be trading for 3 years worth of service out of a premium player at a premium position in an NFL secondary. Woo, that cornerback, that cornerback is still a premium position, dog. You need him. You need him. I messed around with the trade machine a little bit, and here is the most fair deal I could come up with. Let's get it. Lattimore, 25 first round. Whoa, hold up, man. That's a lot of first round. You saying first round right there? I don't know about a first round, dog, for Lattimore. 7th round as well from Dallas, dog. 26th, second round. 24th, 2024 4th round pick, homie. I don't know about that, bro. That's a lot. That first round pick now. Depending on how the offseason goes, the Vikings will have a lot of guapino. You hear me? Heavy. You hear me? And depending on who they acquire, it may be like, acquiring a first round pick. So really, by the time the draft comes around, hey, they could have a couple first rounds, dog, depending on how they maneuver next year's free agency. You hear me? But do I like that 25 first round pick? I don't like that, dog. You hear me? Oh, man. Hell no, bro. That sounds like a lot. You hear me? And a 7th round pick, then a 26th second round. Woo, for Marshon Lattimore. Marshon Lattimore? Is he that good? Is he that good? Fire them comments up, baby. Let me know what y'all think, man. I don't know if he's that good. Then you got to think about injuries, potential injuries. Because he succumbed to some injuries as well. He's bounced back from them. They haven't all been catastrophic, but you got to question his durability. Yeah. No disrespect, but you got to question his durability, dog. I don't know, boy. That's a lot right there, though. Yeah. 25 first round, 25 7th round from Dallas. What is the thing from Dallas, though, dog? 26 second round pick? No, bro. Then 24 4th round? What you mean? I don't know what that 24 about. We passed that 24. Maybe that's a typo or what? Well, but it is what it is, bro. That 25 first round, like, man, Lattimore? But I guess if they acquire him, it's like getting a first round cornerback. So will it out, dog? Man, tough decision, though. That seemed like a lot, though, homie. I definitely love the first deal better. The so-called unrealistic deal. That may seem like a steep haul, very steep, dog. But hear me out. Okay, well, let me hear you out. What you got to say? What you got to say? Let me hear you out, Jive Turkey Jack. The Vikings are acquiring a Hall of Fame level talent still in the midst of his prime at a premium position. Whoa. So people think he's Hall of Fame. Do y'all think Lattimore is a Hall of Fame talent? If so, hell yeah, do the trade, homie. That's a first round pick there. Top 10 pick. Is he really a Hall of Fame level talent? Do we believe that, dog? Has he proved that? I'm not really big on the stats, I don't watch him like that. But is he really a Hall of Fame player? You hear me? Heavy, dog. Now we're talking a different level, If he's a Hall of Fame level, he's really that nice. Oh, now it's a different situation, dog. It's a different situation, homie. But I don't know if Lattimore is that, though. Is he, dog? Hall of Famer, dog? Maybe, maybe I need to pay more attention to him. I know his skills when you see him versus the Vikings, I recognize that, but got to start watching him more through the season, dog. Hopefully he's a Viking, though. You hear me? Heavy. You need to approach roughly $20 million in assets going the other way realistically land Lattimore. Hold on. You need to approach roughly $20 million in assets going the other way realistically land Lattimore. So supposed to be 2 realistically land Lattimore. Let's get it. This is a hard salary cap, and every dollar is a precious commodity. In this scenario, the Vikings are only paying $170K premium and APY to get him. That's a steal, dog. That's a steal. All I got to see is the $170K. They getting a raw deal, homie. A raw deal, but it is what it is, dog. Period. I ain't mad at it. I want to see him get his money, but I don't care nothing about the Saints, dog. He's still going to get paid. I don't care what the Saints lose, dog. Period, dog. Yeah, it's the way of the game. Where I will agree with Fowler and that Lattimore to the Vikings would definitely transform the league. Definitely. How Minnesota Vikings land New Orleans Saints QB Marshon Lattimore? While I do question the Saints' ability to get as much as I am potentially asking for with 4 future draft picks, you have to get more than a pair of day 3 picks like the deal that Fowler proposed. In truth, the answer lies somewhere in the vague in between. If I were Loomis, I would try to get 3 picks from Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, who I still do not think is very competent. Ooh, hold on, he disrespecting? Hold on, watch your mouth, boy. Watch your mouth, homie, you hear me? Watch your mouth, fan-sided. Watch your tone, homie, you hear me? Kwesi been cooking, boy. Kwesi been cooking, you punk chump. Watch your mouth, watch your words, dog. For real. Who I still do not think is a very competent general manager at all. Oh, wow, disrespectful, dude. Okay, I get it. They don't believe in you, Kwesi. They don't believe in you, big dog. Make them pay. But back to the point. Yeah, back to the point. You don't know nothing about Kwesi, homie. Don't speak on Vikings business, you hear me? You don't know nothing about Kwesi cooking, dog. He been cooking, you hear me? So shut your ass up. What is it, Joshua, huh? Joshua, huh? Huh? We'll get to that later. You know nothing about what's going on in the Viking stew, dog. Heavy, you hear me? Let Kwesi cook. Let Kwesi cook, homie. Period. But back to the point about this being a transformational trade for the NFL, like Fowler is suggesting that it is. Oh, no doubt, man. The Vikings, the Vikings would be getting a star cornerback to fly around in Brian Flores' defense. Facts. Lattimore's addition helps expedite the Vikings rebuilding process and makes them a serious contender to push for the NFC playoffs right away.
Solgar asked, what's your age-defying plan?
I'm working at maintaining my muscles.
Solgar's muscle maintenance has clinically backed ingredients to help maintain muscle strength and mass. Age-defying nutrition from Solgar, the gold standard in vitamins.
If you don't turn this off, bro, that's so irritating, dog. I'm over here talking and yapping your gums. Where we at, man? Disrespectful, homie. 1 second, man. Period, dog. But yes, that makes them a playoff team, no questions, man. I think they already should be a playoff team. Like I said, it does nothing but elevate you. It does nothing but elevate your squad. To me, this is more about what the Saints could get in return for their best player. Since I don't think the Vikings are a playoff team, you're goofy, you're cap. Just yet, even with the addition of Lattimore, that 2025 first-round pick can help them get their next face of the franchise at quarterback and then some. The trade signifies the long-awaited rebuild is finally here. At that point, the Saints will finally have a direction. In a macro sense, I love the trade. In a micro sense, one that involves money, I can't get behind it. Well, the Saints will lose, though, period. He sounds like he might be slightly a Vikings hater as well, John Buller. I got you, John Buller. Don't worry about it. But he sounds like he might be a little Vikings hater potentially, dog. But yeah, that's it, homie. Like at the end of the day, it is what it is. So now you gotta wait. Now you gotta play the waiting game. You know, it could definitely happen. Like he said, like we know, the Saints are in salary cap, like a tough spot right now. You know what I'm saying? So as we know how it go, we know how the game go, dog. If the Saints get played, they get played, homie. If the Vikings win the deal, so what? That's what it's about. It's part of the business. The Saints wouldn't feel sorry for the Vikings if they were in a tight spot with the salary cap. We've seen that over the years. No team has ever felt sorry for the Vikings. Never tried to cut them a deal, a fair deal. You hear me? Period. Bottom line, dog. Heavy. So why should the Vikings do it? That Minnesota Vikings nice crap. Kill that noise, homie. Period. If Marshon Lattimore is available, go get it, Vikings. Go get it. Now, do you give up a first round 25 first round pick? I don't know if I can stand by that. But any other round, I'm with it. Especially if he rock and rolling like that, man. Potential Hall of Famer, man. I see the talent. I see the skills. Definitely there. Definitely worth it, man. No questions, man. Period. Let's get a little bit of film. You know, a little bit of film. You heard me. Check him out, man, for real, though. Just see what he could bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch a few clips, dog, you know? Keep the volume down. Oh, great play on the ball. I remember that one, right? Just let it play. You hear me? Great play on the ball right there, though. No cap. Brady back there. Oh, nice. Nice breakup, man. Nice breakup. The Saints always play well versus the Bucks anyway. That was great defense. Bam, hips. Here we go, hips. I love the way he turns his head, dog. I love the way he turns his head. You hear me? That can save you from a lot of pass interference calls, dog, if the cornerback would just turn their head on. But it's taken for granted, dog. You see time after time, especially with the Vikings, dog. Our cornerbacks never turn their head. Every once in a while, homie. You hear me? Tom Brady crying. I don't disrespect my Vikes now. You hear me? Nice play. Nice. Oh, that was the game in London. Nice breakthrough. Him and Jettas always battle, though. Even though I feel like Jettas should have caught that. Yeah, I remember that drop pass. That was great play on Jettas, though. Hit him in his body. Made it tough, but Jettas, now he got to catch that, dog. They hit your hands right there. The money he making now, he got to catch that, homie. Here we go. Let's see what's up. Nice play, simple pay. One of the best tight ends in the league. Got him on clamps on lock. Good job. Oh, nice play. Nice hip work. Nice switch off. Heavy. Ran to his zone quickly and swiftly, dog. Heavy. That was great defense there. You hear me? You know he got swag. You know he gonna talk. He the type dude, talk, swag, physical. I like that shit. Building, homie. Boom, nice tackle. I remember that one. That's in London. Nice tackle. He's a physical dude too, man. He can do it all. We're talking about elevation. We're talking about pure elevation of your defense, dog. Period. If he stays healthy, everybody stays healthy. We're talking about pure elevation, homie. There's no questions about it. Any fan who wouldn't want him, delusional. They're crazy, dog. Like, why wouldn't you want him in? Ask yourself that. If it's about the Vikings getting better, he's only 28. You hear me? In his prime. Some believe Hall of Fame cornerback, obviously. So why the heck when you want him in the building, dog? Great break. Come here. I'll take your big ass down. He's tackles. He talk trash. He confident. He got swagger, experience, knows the game. He can do it all. Man-to-man zone. Come on, man. He's gonna come in better, dog. Solid tackler, dog. Physical. Arrogant, cocky, what you need, you love. Got a chip on his shoulder. Plays with an edge. That's what you want to see, homie. That's what it's about. Let's get it. Let's play ball. Hell yeah, the Vikings get this dude. Come up and stick. Come, you hear me? Put his head in there. You hear me? That's what I like, man. Get this dude, man. No question, dog. What's the question is? What the problem is? What are we questioning? Come stick. Especially you want to come play for you. Boom, come stick, dog. Get up in there. Nice play. Get off the block. Force him out. I love his game, dog, right now, man. I love his game. I mean, of course, we know about him, you know, from seeing him play the Vikings and all. Oh, nice stick. No fear. No fear, dog. It's a big running back right there. That's a hefty dude right there, dog. You come in sticking, no fear. That's what you need, homie. He just started on the other side right away, dog. Oh, great play. Come here, Osborne. Get off me. Great play. Great way to get off the block. He comes in starting right away. Oh, I love it. I love that play, dog. I'm gonna just let it run, let it rock and roll. But I love that right there. Turn your head. Look at this, D. Look at this. Bam, bam. Flip him, attack. Oh my gosh. Turn head. Oh my gosh, bro. Can't coach that shit, bro. You can coach it, but to a certain extent, dog. Oh, this was the bang, the rumble. Oh, yeah, I remember this here. The Bucks got mad. That boy, the receiver got mad. Mike Evans was mad, boy. Lattimore was on his ass, dog. He couldn't get open. Had him on clamps, had him on lockdown. Got him frustrated, homie. You hear me? That was crazy right there. You hear me? Here we go. Ooh, that's the fight right there. They got into it, man. What's up, bro? Why you crying? Oh, yeah. That's what they went ahead, man. You hear me? That's what they went at it, man. Yeah. Hey, whoever did, hey, he definitely owns Evans, dog. He definitely owns Evans, homie. You hear me, dog? He definitely owns Evans. Great defense, man. I just want to see what he brings to the table, man. You know, we've seen him, we know who he is, dog, but you don't see him game week by week, homie. Great break. I've seen enough, man. Like, man, this is just all around. Like, bring the guy in the building. What is the question for? What is the question, the problem about? What's really going down, man? What is it about, homie? What is it about, dog? Heavy, you hear me? What is it about, man? Heavy, dog. Period, bottom line, man. Bring him in the building. You got to give up a third, fourth, fifth. Get him in here. Is it about winning? Or we beating around the bush, dog? What is it about? How can any Vikings fan, media, etc., even people on the staff say you're giving up too much, especially if you win the deal? The Saints are in a tight spot, a desperate situation, dog. It's a no-brainer, homie. You hear me? Come on, man. I can't be the only one, dog. If you're a true Vikings fan, how could you say don't bring in Lattimore? I don't care about the history with him and the Vikings. That's just like Aaron Jones. We couldn't stand him when he was a Packer. That was all love. Of course, after the game, respect. We know what it is. Lattimore here. You know what that does for your squad, for the morale of your team. You got some people saying don't do it. Man, enough is enough, dog. I call cap. Let me know how you feel. Fire them comments up, man. Heavy, man. Hey, big SKOL here. SKOL Vikes. Win, lose, or draw, dog. Bring in Lattimore. Bring in Lattimore, homie. Period, dog. There's no questions, homie. You hear me? Quasi cook. Quasi go cook. You hear me? Rest in peace, Kyrie Jackson, man. Remember forever, dog. Heavy. SKOL Vikes.